Boot up the PC, my heart's in a quake. Sweaty palms gripping the mouse like a snake. Buttons mashed without a clue. In this pixel world, I'm gaming like a noob.
Hello, and welcome to the channel Gaming Like a Noob. I'm the Noob, and I call myself Sensomi. And if you're subscribed to the channel, I say thank you very much. And if you're not, I say please do, it would help me out a lot. Now, it's Tuesday, it's the Man Utd save, but let's just start with a couple of things. First of all, finally time has caught up with the recordings I did with the bad microphone sound, so now it should sound better. I'm not an expert, I'm not brilliant at really doing all the settings to get it to sound great, but I'm doing as good as I can. Now that's out of the box. Second thing I would like to say before we really rolls off here is that I gotta be honest, I've never been a console player. So when I did the review of Football Manager 26, I didn't really see the connection there and then, because I haven't played a lot of console. I play on PC, I started my playing days on a Commodore 64, and then I went to Amiga 500, and after that I started my PC journey and sticked to PC since then. I mean, I have a PlayStation 3. I think I bought it just before PlayStation 4 came out, and I think I've used it 6-7 times, maybe playing 15 minutes or something like that when I play, and then I grow tired of it and I quit playing it. So let's just say it, consoles are not my cup of tea, but I do see it now when people has spoken so much about it, that it does look like they're trying to pander to that those people that plays it on console, and it's a bit sad. I wish they could. I mean, I'm fully aware that sure, do a console version to the best of your ability, but why mess with this? I don't know why. I mean, it's not that it's up there in the new 26. I don't mind that it's up there and that you have sub menus in that way. In that sense, I don't have a problem. It's all these cards. I mean, look at this. I got the entire table here now, from the first to the last. There's no way, despite me having a 40-inch screen, there's no way for me to find anywhere in Football Manager 26 where I can have all the teams at the same time on the screen. I need to scroll up and down, and my OCD don't like that. And yeah, there's loads of stuff like that. Tiny, small little things that are very annoying, and yeah, I mean, it can be. I'm pretty sure that if it was given that we had to choose when you install the game or when you start up a new save, or maybe even if it's possible that you within the save can choose, do I want to play with the old UI or with the new UI? I think that would have been marvelous fun, and I think the game, I mean, there is a lot of bugs, but I'm pretty sure they're going to fix all the bugs in the 26. That's not a problem for me, not at all. But for me, I like the nitty-gritty, the small things, but I don't want to do them 10 times. For example, if we go into training, I'm not going to talk too much about it because I don't want to make this episode out to be just about 26. But if we go into calendar here and we want to change something here, like I want to change something here, we get a pop-up window, yes. But now when I'm in here, I don't need to pick this spot and then let's see, we go for general and we go for overall, and now next time I press here I need to go to a new pop-up window. I mean, there is so much extra work, even though I like to have a lot of work that I needed to be doing. I do love taking care of training and everything like that, but it has to make sense and it has to be, I don't want it to be too complicated, or it's not complicated in the way that I'm too stupid to know how to do it. It's just that things that takes one click in this version of the game, this game, takes 2, sometimes 3 clicks to do in Football Manager 26. And I mean, we are supposed to be evolving, not devolving. We're not supposed to go back in time and make things harder. We are supposed to go forward and make things easier, but still get everything that we have. And same thing about when you get looking at going to competition, you don't get the table. Here is, I am still a bit irritated about that this doesn't show all the teams, and that's only 2 teams. Now that can be that I don't have the settings right in this 21. I'm pretty sure that in 22 and in 24 all the teams fit into that box. But there's so much more info you can get in the same window that you don't get. That you don't get in Football Manager 26, and that's something that annoys me. Yeah, going into finances, you have this here, the budget, transfer budget, the wage budget. They're not in finances. If you want to have that, you have to go into that recruitment tab, and out there in the right corner you can see the transfer budget and wage budget. Sure, it's a good way to, it's a good place to have that info, but I mean, you need to have it in the finances page as well, don't you? I find that anyway. And so yeah, there's so much more info that you can press into a little space, or not a little space, but so much more info you get from every click here that you don't get. You need to click into so many new windows that eventually you just bugger off. Same thing with this. When you're in individual, you don't have this huge window here, so that when you press on one you can see so much info. And especially you can't do this. You can't do that in Football Manager 26. And the reason why I want to be able to do this is because when I do preseason, for example, I want to change everybody's additional focus to endurance. And sitting and clicking on every single player like this just to get additional focus to be endurance, it's a nightmare. So there's loads of stuff that is so wrong with the new game. But yeah, I'm a YouTuber, or I'm trying to be a YouTuber. I am making videos on YouTube, so I do have to play it. But to be honest, I've tried. I mean, I'm recording this at late evening, Monday. So yesterday, for you that watch the video when it comes up. And I've pretty much only played Football Manager 26 since it came out on Thursday. And yeah, I do not like a lot of it. I shouldn't say that it's all bad. There are some good things like in position, out of position. I love that way to be able to build up tactics and stuff like that. I find that very, very nice. And I of course like the match engine, even though to be honest, I thought it was going to be a little bit better. I mean, it is a couple of years behind all of the FIFAs and stuff like that, so but it's a step in the right direction in that sense, that's for sure. But yeah, I don't know what to say except for that. So yeah, things like that is what I'm missing. And yes, I'm pretty sure that come Football Manager 27, 28, that's going to be a change in that, because if I'm not mistaken, they have talked about that skins will come back one day. What I've heard and read so far, there won't be any possibilities to have skins in Football Manager 26. And so there is nobody that can magically give you all this stuff that they have taken away or changed in a very weird way. There's nobody that can give you that back in Football Manager 26. But hopefully we will get skins that can save the game for us PC players next version. Hopefully. We don't know yet, but hopefully we'll get that. But for me personally, I would have loved if you would be able to pick the UI you wanted to. You want the old UI, you want the new UI, and you pick the way you want to play. I mean, honestly, it's just a lot of information we need to get a hold of, and that should be able or available in both the versions in that case, and it would just be two different ways to put everything up on and so on. So yeah, I would have loved that, but yeah, I'm not in control of anything. Anyway, we've talked way too much about 26. I wasn't supposed to do that. I was just going to start it off because I am a bit annoyed about it, to be honest. So yeah, that's why. Now we haven't played this game for ages now. Mostly been waiting for Football Manager 26 to arrive and some other stuff. Haven't really been able to play Welling United for a very, very long time. You know how long, if you followed this series, you know how long I've had really bad quality on the sound on this save, which I hope is gone now. I hope we have a good sound quality today. So yeah, but I think we're gonna play with this team. I'm pretty sure this was my best team, right? I am a bit unsure about Bonsu. I know that I wanted to give Steve Clay the opportunity to really develop now and to become my first choice striker. We do have John Bonsu, who are a very promising striker from Germany, I see. And we have Emilio Daher, another good one. with some good potential. How does Oscar Thorne in star rate? He's only 2.5 star. Well, I guess it's over for you, Oscar. You have done great. You've been great for years. Let's have a look at your history, because I don't think you're going to be playing many more games. But he's been back since the 27-28 season, and he's been consistent, and he's been scoring a lot of goals for us. So yeah, that's a bit sad. Anyway, I think we're gonna kick off like this and see what happens. So let's dive into it, and we can talk about Football Manager 26 in the gameplay as well, but maybe try to keep it a bit slim about it. Maybe if there shows up stuff, which there probably will. Let's see, always mark title, do that. Dressing room. Let's go for what the assistant says. Kick off. And skip. Now this is another screen that is so different from the one you get in Football Manager 26. And I don't like it. Even here I can see the entire league table while I play the game, while the game is up and running. How many was it in 26? Was it 3, 4, 5 teams you can see, something like that, of the league table? Just chop it off because of all those boxes they want to have, and no way to change the size of them or anything. It's poor, it's really poor. And I just wonder, when it looks like it does now for 26, how bad was it last year? How bad did it look last year? I wonder. And many people also say that that protects it, or Steve Clay, brilliant. Many people that defend SI and stuff like that, and I'm not saying that anybody should be mean to any people or anything. It's just that we as players, of course, needs to be able to have standards that we want to have met for a game that has been with us since early 90s, and that for many people are the highlights when it's released every year. There are tons of people just making it one of the best days of their lives, or the best weekend that after, when they start their first save of that Football Manager version, and so on. So come on. I do believe that everybody have a right to complain. They do not have the right to call the people that have made the game a bunch of stuff, and definitely not threatening them or something like that. That's completely wrong thing to do. But to complain about the game, I feel, is within our rights as consumers. And so yeah, as I said, there is so much information on this screen alone that you can't get in Football Manager 26. And as I said, what I've read and what I've heard, there won't be any possibilities to make any skins for Football Manager 26. And then we're stuck with what they've given us, which is crap. Now the gameplay looks a lot better. I wouldn't say no to that. It does look a lot better. It's beautiful to see it in the new way. But honestly, it's Football Manager, and even though we've been complaining and we've been wanting to have a lot better graphic on match day, it's not the main thing of a Football Manager game. we leave that. We've always left that to the FIFA and stuff like that. For the Football Manager, it's always been about everything else around it. The tactics, the database, the info, the nitty-gritty that you can really nerd yourself down into, and just all the statistics and everything. Sometimes you just get lost in some statistics, and sometimes you just want to, oh, I can't handle that now, I'll have a look at that later, and you just skip through everything. But you want the possibility there, and it's so much easier to get a hold of and to get a view on in the older versions of Football Manager, of course. But as I was going to say there about is that consider how bad many of us feels the UI is now. Just imagine how it has to be for a year ago. I don't think they're really transparent there, because I think they had a lot of bugs as well. It was too buggy last year as well that they have tried to get a handle on for this year and maybe even fixed most of them. But I don't think it's just the UI that's been a problem. I doubt it. I think there's been a lot more problems with the game than that. Because let's face it, this is not a game that they've been working on for 2 years. This is a game that they must have been working on for somewhere around 5 and 10 years. They don't just end one season saying, well, now we've made the last of this, we're going to start working on a Unity version now. No, they've started to work on that Unity version for plenty of years before they were supposed to release it last year. So it's all been tweaking and fixing, because they haven't brought anything back either. We should be fully aware about that as well. I mean, I was pretty sure they were talking about bringing back international management for 26 when I saw one of the videos, but I could have been misunderstanding them. But I felt like, yeah, it's going to come back. Oh, great, I thought. And then, no international management. So they haven't really brought anything into the game from 25. They've just been tweaking it for an entire year, trying it to get it to work properly. And honestly, they sort of failed in that sense. So yeah. But I think enough talk about Football Manager 26 at the moment. I think I'm gonna try to perhaps make a video where I talk about it again. Not a review anymore now. It's probably more going to be a bit of a complaining, going deeper into complaints and stuff like that. I don't know. Or maybe I'll just let it be and see what happens. I do feel that there is a lot of information that has disappeared as well. But of course, it could be that I'm just not finding it, that I'm too lost in the new UI to find the information that I want to find. But I feel like it's so much lighter. So much lighter with all the information that these older version gives. I think it's so much lighter, 26. Yeah. Anyway, we've won the first game here, which is good, against Newcastle as well. Feeling great. I mean, where's the heat map? Where's the heat map in 26? I never found it. And I have put a couple of hours behind me in it now, so... Anyway, we have done the first game, and I guess I'll just see you in the next game. And so we're here. Second game of this episode at home to Liverpool in the Carabao Cup. And yeah, this is going to be tough. We just used everybody good in our team. And, well, they're not that tired. Tommy Rivers is tired. And Diego Briones is tired. We do have Pena. I think I'm going to do that. Bring in Pena and Jackson Jones. And then just in the second half, I might bring in Rivers and Briones, if need be or not. The rest of them seems to be okay. So I think we're going to play like this. And yeah, let's just jump into it and see if we can win today. Cup game, yeah, tough. Yep. Let's go like that. One more thing about 26, by the way. Look at this. Welling United versus Liverpool in the Carabao Cup. When you have info like that up there, you don't know if you play home or away. It only says the opponent's name. And so you don't see, if you, like me, are a bit forgettable from time to time. Probably because of my age, I guess. But when you have quite easy to forget, it is kind of annoying when you sit there and play with your tactics and you see, who am I facing? I'm playing Stoke. But am I playing home or away? I have no idea. Anyway, well, that was just a little side note. Let's see if we can do something against Liverpool today in the Carabao Cup. Would be nice to go through in the Carabao Cup, of course. Beating out a giant like Liverpool would have been very, very nice. So let's hope we can do it. Clay, Jackson Jones on the run. That's a pacey little lad. Ooh. How old is he now? He's been promising for 21. Still not getting up to any serious age. Plenty of time for him to blossom out to a superstar. Let's hope he can do that. Novak with a good tackle there. Brilliant. Come on. Welling. And yes, there is some other things I should be saying, which is has nothing to do with complaining. It's about how I am thinking about restructuring the channel, and that might be irritating for some people. Hopefully it won't be too irritating, because I just find that as long as I can't have YouTube as a work, as long as I have to go to an ordinary real job to sort of make my living, I can't be continuing releasing so many videos every week. So I've decided that every Tuesday we will have 3 different episodes, not at once, of course, but let's just start the second half, so then I can continue to talk here. Yeah, so like that. Perfect. My plan is to take the Welling save, the United save, and the Telford save and bring them all to Tuesdays. But instead of giving you 3 episodes on a Tuesday, I'm only going to give you 1 episode. But so it will be 1 out of 3 weeks. Let's say it like this. I don't know when it will start, but yeah, I haven't figured out that yet. But let's say Tuesday, week 1, there will be a Welling episode. Tuesday, week 2, it will be a Manchester United episode. Tuesday, week 3, it will be a Telford episode. and then Tuesday, week 4, will be a Welling episode, and in around and around like that it will go. So might be irritating for some that just follows. Let's say you just follow Welling, because that is the one that I've had up for the longest, and let's say you just follow them, and now you'll have to wait. Oh, look at that, we take the lead in the 87th minute. Marvelous. You'll have to go 1 week with Welling, and then you have to wait 2 weeks or 3. You'll have to do 2 weeks without Welling, and then Welling comes back again, and so on and so forth. I think that is the way I can keep my channel alive, because there is a big chance otherwise that I feel like I have to close down the channel or something, or be maybe even more boring. Maybe I would have needed to let's say stay away from recording when I from time to time, so all of a sudden a week there might only be a United save coming up, and then next week there's just Telford, and then there is the Football Manager 26 coming up, and I don't want to do it like that. So I've decided that this is the way to go. And look at this, we do beat Liverpool in the Carabao Cup. We are through to the next round. Ah, great. So let's just talk to the point about this new rotation system that I'm going to try out on my channel. And in that case, I will release a video every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Sorry. We're going to have the 3 roll around, so to speak. The Welling, United, Telford going around on Tuesdays. On Thursdays, I will put all my emphasis on Football Manager 26. Then on Sundays, we're going to have the City Skylines save being played. And I think that's the way I'm going to be able to save myself and the channel, so that this channel will continue to release videos. Because I think I'm taking way too much work upon myself, and yeah, that's not good. But that's the future. Let's talk about another thing about the future after this game, after when we start the next game. So I guess I'll just see you there. And so we're here, last game of this episode, at home to Leeds in the league. I can just imagine my players being extremely tired. Would have been lovely if we could win, because they're just above us. We could get into Champions League position if we win. But yeah, let's see what we can do. Team selection, here we go. I love this, that you can see so many players as well. I can see the entire squad. Plus I can see so many players down here, so I don't have to scroll around to do most of the changes here, as I have to do in 26. But all right. Let's see, how tired and who's tired. Jackson Jones is tired, so Tommy Reaver. Novak, that's a bit of a problem. Senjin also, that's not good. Or do we have anybody else that can play on the midfield? Or no, we don't really. So I'm going to do this to bring Novak in there and let Senjin play, and Senjin can change with Novak if need be. Pretty honest, coming back, so we should improve some of the positions. And of course we do lose Novak for a message there, but I think we should be okay. I think we should stand a chance against Leeds here as well. So let's get into this game. And yes, I said that I had a little more to talk about when it came to Football Manager 26. And the thing I do have, just go through this here and start up the game like that. The thing I do have to say or to announce or whatever is that I've decided what team I shall be playing with under Football Manager 26, which is going to be released on Thursdays. Once it's I'm not going to play anything from the beta, so it's after the 4th of November. So I guess the premiere episode of Football Manager 26 will be on the 6th of November, Thursday the 6th of November, where we will release the first episode of the new series. And it's going to be, for anybody that knows Manchester United from the 90s, might remember, oh come on, might remember a player called Lee Sharp. And we've decided to take on the club that he started his career in as a kid, and that is Turkey United. So maybe we'll meet Faulty. What's his name? I can't remember his name right now, but if you Basil it was. Yes, Basil was his name. Basil Faulty? Yeah, I think it was that. Faulty Towers. That was a TV. I think most of you know what Faulty Towers is. So yeah. If not, I really recommend you watch it. It's good. Anyway, so that's what I've decided that we should be battling with. It's going to be Turkey United, and we're going to see if we can bring them to the Premier League or something. It's probably going to be a bit of a struggle, but yeah. I'll have also decided that for now, I'm not going to change engine on Telford. Oh, Tommy Reaver, 1-1. Brilliant, thank you. We will not change engine on Telford United. We will keep it at Football Manager 24. Before I, should I say, either get used to or get to feel like Football Manager 26 is having a good UI. As long as I don't feel that they have, I'm gonna keep on having Telford on the old game, the Football Manager 24, because I like it a lot better, of course. But we're gonna play 26, definitely. So come on! Every Thursday there will be a Turkey United episode, and looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. I think the big thing when we look at people that are complaining or people that are praising it, I think the people that are praising it are either people that really like to click a lot when they do all the stuff, or they are people that doesn't really care about anything but selling, buying, and the tactics and match day, and just leave the rest of the responsibilities to your coaches or whatever. Because if you do that, I can understand that this new game is cool and good, and don't have a problem with it. Definitely. But yeah. I don't know, I say I'm gonna stop talking about it, but I keep talking about 26 anyway. Hopefully it's just a phase I'm going through right now, and hopefully it will not be hanging on throughout the other sort of things. There is some things that I've been thinking about as well that I might be taking up here now. It is the YouTube creators, the ones that gets a lot of sticks, like Sealand and Loloi or whatever their names is. They have big YouTube channels. They need these games. It's important for them to make a living. So yeah, I don't think that they are bought by SI. Definitely not. But I do think that they are depending on SI. They are depending in the way that if they don't succeed, if they don't get this game to be somewhat of a success so that people will want to watch their channels and stuff like that, then their livelihood goes away, and they don't want that. That's why it's going to be harder for them to criticize the game, that's for sure. But I'm as they all say themselves, they are not getting any money from SI. Now, another thing that they are getting though is early access, in a way that the rest of the people don't get. They get an alpha cent, and they can make a video, and they could make a live oh yes, 2-2. They were given an opportunity to make a half an hour review or whatever, and then they were able to stream it the day before the beta came out for 1.5 hours. And yeah, that is of course also something that gives them revenue and stuff like that, so that's important for them as well. So I guess whether they agree with the people that criticize the game or the people that praise the game, we will never know if they are the ones telling the truth there, because they are so dependent on the game. So I guess that's a good thing about being to take a look at us smaller creators that don't have so many subscribers, because yeah, we can be honest, because we don't get those alpha things and stuff like that, so we don't have anything to lose on giving an honest opinion about things like that. So yeah, well, we ended with a 2-2 against Leeds. I'm gonna be happy with that, actually. I think we didn't lose, and that's the most important thing. So let's move on here. Unlucky boys, we're gonna go with that. Still was 2-2, so yeah, we did not lose. Well, a good episode, with 2 winnings and 1 draw. That's not every day you can get to say that. Let's see. Let's move up here through the news. That's just outlined players, and then yeah, Bonsu of course wants a new contract now. I'll do that once we get through everything, and yeah, it takes too long. I'm gonna have to make a lot of thinking before I do that. So let's go through the things we generally do after an episode. Finances, we do have an overall balance of 31 million. That's good, but we have lost 9,000 so far this month. So I guess that's not good, since we are only on the 4th of November. Oh, look at that, 4th of November. The Football Manager 26 release date. Nice. Well, it's 9 years after, but yeah. So we still have a sum of money too that we can buy players if we want to. Vision, not much to see here. It's the same old. Here, club info. And look at all the information here you can access just by walking into the club info site. If you haven't tried Football Manager 26 yet and you expect something like this, you're gonna get so disappointed. So disappointed. Competition, 5th in the league still. Chelsea on the same points as us now. City can surpass us if they win. So, yeah. FA Cup, we haven't been drawn into that yet. And we have the Carabao Cup, where we are going to face Leicester. Interesting to be in the quarter-final there. That's cool. And what games do we have in next episode? We have a Premier League game against Wolves at home, and a Premier League games against Arsenal at home, and a Premier League game away against Southampton. But that's the next week's episode, or games. Current injuries we don't have. We have Jean-Claude Pointier out for another 2 weeks, but other than that, we have a quite clean sheet of injuries, so to speak. No injuries to talk about otherwise. So 6 days until the next games, which is going to be, I still think this will be next week, Tuesday episode. And next week's Tuesday episode is the 4th of November. So that's when the Football Manager 26 game is released as a full version. Is off the beta in that way, or on that day. And I will try to record at least 1 episode of Turkey that I can release on Thursday there then. And yeah, we're just gonna have to see what happens to the channel. And I'm gonna have to do a lot more planning and so on and so forth. There's going to be no talk of Football Manager 26 on Thursday this week, because that's a pre-recorded episode with Manchester United that's going to come up. I think it's a couple of weeks since I recorded that, so I'm just going to have to edit it and upload it. And Friday, I think I'm going to have to record a new episode for that, so Telford. So this is the last week where we will get all the Football Manager saves, all 3 of them, in separate days and in the same week. So do enjoy this week, and hopefully we will enjoy the future together. I don't think there's much more I want to say. I've been talking a lot about Football Manager 26. I'm sorry for all of you that maybe didn't want to hear about Football Manager 26 at this moment. I know there are some people that are extremely mad about it. I'm keeping somewhat of an in-between thought about it and feeling about it. Yeah, maybe they'll listen to us and perhaps they will change it. I shouldn't say change it back, but make it more PC friendly again in Football Manager 27. But I think we're going to have to live with this version of Football Manager 26. The bugs will probably be fixed, most of them, but the UI and everything like that is something that we're going to have to live with for this year, and hopefully get a better one next year. Anyway, that's all, and I hope you have enjoyed this episode. Do like, subscribe, leave a little comment down below, share with your friends, stay safe out there, have heaps of fun, and I'll just end with bye 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 bye.
Boot up the PC, my heart's in a quake. Sweaty palms gripping the mouse like a snake. Buttons mashed without a clue. In this pixel world, I'm gaming like a noob. Loading screen feels like eternity's grasp. teammates groan when they see my name, but I'll press start again, not feeling any shame. Gaming like a noob, I'll fumble through the fight. Pixels dance around me in the glowing light. Respawn, rinse, repeat, I'm feeling right. In this digital world, I'll game all night.